I know I'm not the only one here who's done this at some point in their lives. Pretend to make the phone ring.
Ouch.
Hello? Vinod speaking. Oh, I'm too busy right now. I'll have to call you back later. Hang up. Make sure the girls around saw you. How many of you remember how fondly we used to long to hear that sound? Remember when that sound used to be a status symbol? Remember the name? No one remembers the name? Nokia. Toastmaster today, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
From the early 90s all the way to 2008, Nokia were the undisputed leaders in the mobile phone market. Historically, Nokia has been a very adaptive company. From the early 1900s, they started out as 3 separate companies dealing in rubber, paper, and electric cables. In 1967, all 3 companies merged to form a highly successful conglomerate under the name of Nokia Corporation. They eventually moved into electronics, and this would lay the seeds for their foray into the telecommunication industry in the early 80s. Their most significant strategic shift came in 1992 and concentrated solely on the telecom. Nokia had just reinvented itself yet again. They would go on to become a global giant. By 1998, Nokia was the world's largest manufacturer of mobile phones, earning over billions of dollars in annual. Way back in 1996 with the 9000 series. Some of you might remember their communicator line of phones. They were pumping millions of dollars into research and development. But then, since 2008, Nokia have gone from being the world's most dominant and pace-setting mobile phone makers to owning just 3% in today's smartphone market. What caused this sudden, swift, and spectacular downfall? First thought, it's probably just 3 simple words. The Apple Android annihilation. But if you delve a little deeper, you'll realize that the real reasons for this downfall are quite intriguing. In spite of pumping all that money into research and development, Nokia weren't actually creating phones that their consumers really wanted to buy. Some people believe that Nokia lacked smart marketing strategies. But if you think about it, Nokia were the first ones who turned mobile phones into fashion accessories. They were chiefly responsible for making mobile phones go from looking like this to looking like this. This was also one of their weaknesses. They were more worried about the look and feel of their phones rather than enhancing the applications available to their users. Their competitors like Apple and Samsung gave equal importance to both hardware and to software. Secondly, Nokia grossly underestimated the importance of the transition to smartphones. After all, by 2007, they were earning over 50% of all profits in the mobile phone industry. Only a small percentage of that came from smartphones. They viewed these smartphones as high-end, low-volume products. Possible business risk. Thirdly, and thankfully, not yet their final nail in the coffin, Nokia were so caught up in the aura of their past successes and their branding, they decided that they didn't want to make any more advancements. While their competitors, Apple and Samsung, were foraying ahead in the technological advancements, Nokia were happy to sit back on their laurels. They thought they could catch up with their competitors at any given time. Even after Apple's iPhones and Samsung's Galaxy range started selling like hotcakes, Nokia still insisted that their superior hardware designs would win back users. They were sadly mistaken, and Nokia had to find out the hard way. A couple of years ago, Nokia made a major overhaul. They switched operating systems. Anyone remember what they used to run on? Symbian. In 2011, they switched over from Symbian to Windows phones. But this has been received with mixed receptions. They haven't yet achieved the results they were hoping for. By 2008, Nokia were the #1 brand in mobile phones and one of the best brand names in the world. But in today's cutthroat cosmos, they have realized that brands aren't as resilient as they used to be. Last Tuesday, Nokia announced its sale of the mobile phone department to Microsoft. The deal, a whopping $7.2 billion. Can the computer colossus turn the clocks back on Nokia's phenomenal fall from grace? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, in today's high-tech world, consumers demand and desire constant innovation. When companies fall behind, those people will punish them. Toastmasters.